What is up, guys? Today we've got a big video that a lot of people have asked for. It is a full review on our Legend suspension on our dyna right there. So I've gotten a lot of questions about our Legends rear and front suspension. So today we're going to go over it. We're going to talk about what we did, how difficult it was, how it rides, all of it. Real quick, if you don't know, my name is Dylan. I run wretchedclothing.com. Go check it out. And if you like anything motorcycle related, hit that like button, subscribe if you don't mind. But exactly about a year ago, we built this bike right here and we filled it full of Legend suspension. We've been riding it, taking multiple trips. I feel like we've got a pretty good sense of how the suspension has held up over a year and what we got going into it. So let's dive in. All right, we're going to start with the back. So in the back, we have the Legends Revo Arcs suspension in a 14. So you get that nice little fender gap back there. I will say this is on a dyna lowrider. I truly feel these bikes are pretty shallow, pretty short from the factory. So the more suspension you can put up under these things, the better. I do like a bit of a gap under the bike. I like my height. So 14s for me are just absolutely amazing. So these shocks, I want to say they retail for about $1,200. I'm going to tell you that I went with Legend suspension mainly for the adjustability on the outside. Almost all shocks that are adjustable use wrenches that clamp the outer exterior here, and you turn the kind of like preload that way. Now this isn't a bike that I'm going to really ride two up. I did go with Legends on my bagger for this main reason, because on my bagger I ride two up a lot, or at least I did before my son was born. But nonetheless, on the bagger we went with the Legend suspension because there'd be a lot of times I would ride the bagger by myself, like through town, whatever, and then on the weekends and a lot of trips, me and the wife would ride. I mean, we've ridden to Florida, to New York, to California, to Michigan. Like, we've gone through a lot of states. And so what I would do is I'd keep the rear suspension a little light just for me. And then once you have a passenger, especially on a motorcycle, because you have a passenger put back on the weight kind of behind the shocks, and then if you put all your luggage and stuff, that really can make a difference how that weight is distributed. I can feel a difference even if I'm riding by myself, but I just load the bike down in the back for like a solo trip. I need to go back there and tighten up that suspension a little bit. Typically, I kind of ride in the middle to where it's a little too tight for me and then maybe a little too loose once the wife gets on. But I don't have to like really change anything. It's not that bad. But if I really want it to perform, I can have it a little loose for me. And then when she gets on, depending if we have luggage or not, I just give it a turn or two and it's right back to where it was. Super easy, super fast. And that's really based on the preload of how much weight you have on the bike. Because these suspensions, you're supposed to set the preload based to the rider's weight. Again, once you go two up or you do more, that's going to change everything. And a lot of the other companies, you have to use those tools, so you have to keep the tools on you. Sometimes they'll slip and you can scratch stuff. I cannot say enough good things about being able to just grab the shocks by hand and twist them and know they will not move on you just with normal riding. It's pretty easy. Absolutely the best feature ever. So I just have to put that out there, how good that is. And it's pretty easy because I keep the Legends logo on the outside and then I just turn it 1 to 2 turns with keeping that back on the outside. And then I do the exact same on the other side, so we're pretty much good. But the Revo Arcs, they have 3 adjustments. You have your preload, and I could get this backwards, but you have rebound and compression. And you can kind of fine tune that and really get how the bike is going to perform. Basically, You got your preload for how much springiness and weight you have. That should be set based to your rider weight. But then you have preload and compression, and you can adjust these settings top and bottom here. And that's really going to have a big part in how the bike handles a bump. Basically, how quickly it goes down and how quickly it comes back up. You can really tune how you want to ride. That's super nerdy stuff to get it completely dialed in. And I will say the average rider probably is not going to get it dialed in perfect and probably wouldn't notice the difference. Also, with the ARCs, they have this extra gas tube basically. So you have extra fluid, not just in the shock itself, because if you're riding really hard or super bumpy terrain, the gas in the shock can get heated and it won't work as well. So with extra fluid, that should help. Again, super nerdy stuff. Your average rider probably is not going to take advantage of, but it looks really cool. And with a bike like this that I was going to beat on, I did want some of the best stuff that I could get. So now let's move on to the front. All right, so the front is a little harder to see because everything that's going on here is actually going on inside these tubes. So we have cartridges. So we have the Legends cartridge, and in here we have a 2+ over front end. Basically, to match, we raised the bike in the back 2 inches. So to match, we raised it 2 inches in the front. And the way we did that is we got TC Bro tubes. We got the gold tubes kind of to match the theme. We got it to where they'd match the rear shocks. It's pretty close. I feel like it's the same shade. If the front's shiny, the Legend in the back's a little dull, but it's pretty close to the same shade. But what we had to do is we had to get the 2 over drop-in cartridges and 2 over tubes. Now, someone did bring up that the tube length that Legend suggests is not the tube length that TC Bros has in the tubes. It is about 1 inch off. They asked me if it worked and if I noticed a difference or whatever. It definitely works, and I don't think you would notice a difference. Like, again, the tube length is less than 1 inch off, and I wouldn't know the difference either way. But Legend does suggest exactly what tube length to get, but I use the TC Bros. I'm just putting out as a disclaimer, technically is not the proper length tube, but I don't think there's anyone out there that has really worried that much about it. Now, with the front tubes, it's a little bit different than the back. The front tubes, you have to basically tell Legend your weight, what you want to do, and they will get everything set for you. And then there is an adjustment in the actual like cartridge itself that you can kind of adjust and play with before you put everything together for the firmness of it. I wanted this bike pretty firm. Granted, might be just a little too firm for me. I was thinking it would sag a little. We've put thousands of miles on it. It did not, which is fine. It's a little bit more aggressive than what you'd probably want for tripping, which is fine. I also put a heavier weight oil in the front. We could probably change out the fork oil just to get a little bit softer in the front, but I cannot stand a soft front end that dives on you when you let off the gas or hit the brake and then expands on you when you hit the throttle. Cannot stand that, especially going into corners, throttling out of corners. That absolutely sucks. If you've ever ridden a worn out front end, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That stuff sucks. I much rather have a firmer front end than one that just feels like an accordion and just does not give you any peace of mind whatsoever. So on installation, well, in the rear, it's pretty easy. You basically have this bolt, and the appropriate spacers. Very simple. You do need a jack to get the bike off the ground, put the 2 shocks on, and you're good to go. The front end, totally different. Anybody can still do it. I had my buddy do it. He has a little shop, and I had him help me with the front end. We were doing some other stuff on the bike while it was there, but he helped me redo the front end because I'd never done one before. But basically, you take all the internals out, put the new cartridge in, you do have some settings. The instructions are pretty clear on what to do. Refill it back up, put it all back together. But I will say, where the rear suspension, anyone can absolutely do it. The front, it does get a little trickier. Extra tools are needed. You can do it yourself for sure, but I feel like anybody who has a basic tool set, because you can still use a car jack in the rear, it is not recommended, but I'm telling you, like, you can do it. Anybody can do the rear. The front gets a little trickier, but you can still do it. It's just a little bit more work and really knowing what you're doing. So the price point for this setup, while it is not the most expensive setup, it is about $2,500. I think if you do all this retail, I think it comes out with the oil, both sets of suspension, new tubes, you're running around $2,500. Now, you don't have to get the plus two in the front. If you don't get the plus two in the front, then you just don't have to buy new tubes. But that's not a huge cost. I think tubes are around $250, depending on who you buy them from and how you get them. But I think they're around $250 is what I spent. And $2,500, you're going to have to kind of explain and like reason with yourself what is worth it. Now, for me, for this build, it is worth it. For the average person, I will say 100% without a shadow of a doubt, get yourself rear shocks. Even if you're not going to use the Revo Arcs, you could spend $1,000 and get the Revo A's. You're going to get the same adjustability here and here. You're going to lose this adjustment plus the canister, which, again, it's fine. But for $1,000, the rear suspension is going to wake it up so much. And to be able to adjust on the fly and really change to exactly what you're looking for, I'm telling you, the rear suspension is the way to go. It's what you need. Absolutely amazing. Now, if you want to go and adjust and upgrade the front suspension, it's definitely cool to do. It's definitely worth it. Don't get me wrong. But if you're not going to do it all at one time, please get the rear suspension first. Even if you don't go with Legend, just get something. I like Legend. I think you should use them. Again, I paid for all this. This is not any type of sponsorship or whatever. I paid for all this. You can go to Legend's website, or you can go to really any dealer. I do suggest you can go to your local dealer, whether it be a small shop, whatever. Support your local shop. Talk to them. Tell them what you're looking for, because they can get you kind of geared towards like what your weight is, how you're going to ride, and get the suspension set up with exactly what you need. That's kind of what you're looking for. They can help you out. It is a drag specialty item, so they can ship it to you in a couple days and get you completely squared up with what you're looking for. Definitely support your local shop. I had a shop that I got mine from, shipped it to my door. That was great. If you're gonna skimp, I will say, just to get yourself rolling, you can do the rear, 100% spend the money on the rear. And then if you have an older bike that's pretty clapped, you can probably just change out the fluid in the front to a heavier weight fluid than it was from the factory. If you want, you can throw in some cheap springs for like $150, get it a little firmer, and you're going to be so happy that you did it. You can change the suspension later once you get up some more money, but go 100% for the rear and save up for the front if you can't drop everything at once. If you're building a bike, cool. $2,500 is going to get you an amazing suspension, and I guarantee you, you're going to be so much happier with the suspension upgrade, probably more happier than a lot of the other parts you put on the bike. The main thing this bike like makes me happy with is the exhaust is cool. I love the fairing because it completes the look, but it's the suspension. It's the lean angle. It's the softness that it can be, but firm at the same time. I can have a pretty aggressive rear suspension and it doesn't break my back. The cool thing about the rear, like I've said 100 times, I can ride 4 hours to the mountains. I can take a little weekend trip. I can set this up pretty soft and just hit the freeway and be happy. And then as soon as I get to the mountains, I can take my bags off, do whatever. I can tighten up the rear and make it way more responsive, rip the mountain roads, and then turn it right back around to a little bit softer so I'm not getting beat up on the freeway going home. That is what's really cool. It's about the adjustability for me. Not to mention, again, not sponsored, but Legend has a lifetime warranty for the original purchaser. I say it like that because that's how it works. I've used their warranty service with my bagger. I've got 10, 20, I don't know. I've got tens of thousands of miles on my rear shocks with Legends on my bagger. And it started leaking right up under the adjuster. So I told them what it was. I shipped them. Basically, what happens is you tell them the problem. You go through the little like warranty claim, whatever, on their website. Tell them what's going on. They give you a shipping label. So it costs $40 for you to ship them back to them. They'll rebuild them and then they ship them back. Basically, you pay shipping there and back, and they rebuild them for free for the rest of your life. Two things. When you buy this stuff, keep the box and the receipt. Print out your receipt and keep the box. That way, because you have to have proof of purchase, it has to be you. That's the whole point. So put everything in the box, just put it up, and put your stock suspension in the box. That way, when you need to ship out the shocks here, because if one's leaking, you're going to send both. They're going to rebuild both. You might as well. Everything's fresh and together. So you can throw the stock shocks back on the bike so it's able to be moved around or whatever. And I think the turnaround time is like a couple of weeks, no big deal. That's a couple of weeks from when you shipped it plus when it's back to the door. Yeah, I've done it a couple times. It's pretty rad. Just want to include that in there. Again, I paid for these. Not a sponsorship here. I'm just giving my genuine, actual, real life like thoughts and impressions and review of this product. I thought about doing like a riding video and just kind of showing you all this, but at the end of the day, I wanted you to be able to like clearly hear what I had to go on and what I wanted to tell you about this suspension. So we ended up just standing around in the driveway. Even though it's a beautiful day, we might go for a rip later. But I wanted to tell you about the suspension because a lot of people ask. So I wanted to give you my opinions. Please comment down below if you have any questions. Definitely will try to answer them for you, specifically to this suspension or anything else. But yeah, I think they're absolutely rad. They're definitely worth the money. It is an insane investment that you're going to get a huge return on. The faster you do it, the happier you will be. Again, at the very least, if you're budgeting, get the rear first and then get the front. Figure out your height, figure out all that. Especially if you are somebody who's a little shorter and not able to get that extra travel length, a good suspension is really what you need. They do make these in different sizes, but if you can't get a little bit taller to get an extra like shock stroke, get a quality suspension. Get Legend. I love them. Never had an issue with them that they didn't resolve. Again, you know, suspension doesn't last forever, so it's really cool to have a lifetime warranty. So let me know what you think. But I'm going to stop rambling and maybe go ride some motorcycles. If you don't mind, hit that like button. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Comment down below. What do you think? What suspension are you running? Have you had Legend? And what stories do you have about them? Do you absolutely love them? Let me know. I'd love to hear. But as always, keep it wretched.